Hello, this is Jeana at Art of Skincare, and I have my assistant Michelle here with me. He's my microcurrent assistant. Many of you have seen, we've been doing before and after pictures, and we'll share some of those today of our microcurrent treatments with Michelle. Michelle is my husband. And today I'm going to be showing you how to do passive microcurrent treatments. I actually find that the passive treatment that I'm going to show you today gets amazing results. I see amazing results immediately with this technique, and I think that you guys will want to do this at home. It's great to do once per week. So you might have more dynamic treatments that you do using your Anma or using your probes. But this is a treatment that you can just do passive. You lay back and use a sheet mask, and it's amazing. So I just have to share with you guys that microcurrent has really evolved over the last few years. There's a lot of microcurrent devices out there. There are a dime a dozen. But I'm so excited about the new technology that's happening, and what we're doing at MyoLift is completely different than what most other companies are doing. We are using not just a waveform for building. We tend to think of microcurrent as being this thing to exercise our muscles and just rebuild muscles in the skin. However, what happens when the skin is thinning and the actual tissues under the skin are thinning and drooping, and you have sagging from that? It can be very hard to see great results just trying to firm muscles when all the skin out here on the surface is thinning and losing volume. So the new forms of microcurrent and what we're experimenting and what we're doing with MyoLift is we're using different waveforms. We have a waveform called Educate, that's for educating your muscles. We have a waveform for fascia, that's called Erase. And we have a waveform for your lymphatic system, which is called Rejuve. And those three different waveforms come together beautifully to rebuild and volumize the skin. Many people don't realize how interconnected all three of those systems are. So I'm going to get started because I want to get Michelle going, and then we'll talk a little bit more about that. Before you do a microcurrent treatment, it is very important to cleanse the skin well and even to do a little bit of exfoliation. Exfoliation is going to help that microcurrent to travel better through the tissues. So today I'm using the Pure Herb Caviar Lime Cleansing Foam. I love cleansing foams when I am at the sink because they are very easy to remove. Don't have to splash a lot of water everywhere. And I love this Pure Caviar because it smells like lime. Does it smell good, Michelle?
Yes.
It smells great. And it has mandelic acid in it, which is a really wonderful brightener. And mandelic also stimulates collagen production. So here we are in July, and this is a good time to do a little brightening with our cleanser. Gonna do a nice cleanse, good massage to really break through that surface tension on the skin and help that skin to really absorb water and other nutrients that we're going to use today.
Yeah, I gotta say that although it pays zero, this is the best job I've ever had.
Best job.
Best job ever.
Getting facials. We have discovered, though, we were going to do this treatment once a week, every week, and we have discovered that it's hard being an esthetician's partner because sometimes, we just get busy, and it's hard to get Michelle on the table. It's hard to get me doing it, so we've fallen a bit behind that. So this today will be Michelle's fifth microcurrent treatment with the TriWave. Ben, can you pop up our before and afters after our first few treatments so people can see what we had been working on in the beginning? Those are up great. So you can really see how his skin just takes on a really nice glow. It's firmer, less puffiness around the jawline, softening of the lines around the face. Let's get this cleanser off. And now, Ben, if you can pop up there, we have a photo that we took after Michel's third treatment. And I want you guys to see this because it looks like he backtracked. It even looks like he was worse than when we first started. You can see deeper lines. You can see the skin is just looking saggy and not happy and sad. This was directly after treatment. And I want to share with you guys about that. I'm sharing this because I don't want you guys to get discouraged, because sometimes our body is just different every day. Michel has had a lot of rapid weight loss and he was dehydrated that day. So you can really see that his body was going through some changes. He had dark circles under his eyes, and we just didn't see that big result that we usually see after treatment. We will post that picture again later today, and we'll do an after picture of today's treatment. So we've had 2 more treatments since that one, so it's going to be fun for you guys to see the difference between that photo and what we're doing today. Okay, now I want to get some exfoliation happening for him, so I've grabbed Sorella's polishing powder. I love this one. It's really nice to use when you're giving a facial. A lot of times we like to use a light scrub to do some exfoliation before a microcurrent treatment, but scrubs can be really hard to get off. Those little scrubbies hang out everywhere. So this is really nice. You just get the powder in one hand, some water on the other hand, rub it together, and then massage it onto the skin. A little more water. He's got a little bit of a shadow today. It's my fault. Michel and my whole family, everyone that works at Artist Skincare, we all test things. So we had one of our distributors came out with a new cleanser that can be used for shaving. And we've tested it twice on 2 different people now, and we pretty much know, don't use it for shaving. It's not great. We won't be selling that product for shaving, but that's why we test everything at Artist Skincare before we send it out to you guys. We don't want you to waste your money on things that just don't perform up to our standards. Okay, let's get a little towel out here. This is the best part of a facial, isn't it? Mm-hmm. The hot towel.
Yeah. You have nice hands too, though. You do a good job.
He likes my hand. Good thing. So today, I'm going to be using a sheet mask. So let me load up here and kind of give you guys an idea of what we're going to be using. We're going to be using the Lift. We're going to be using electrodes. We're going to be using round electrodes and rectangular electrodes. These are on sale this week on my website. There's a special page kind of celebrating microcurrent this week. And there's a Jeana's Microcurrent Essentials that are on sale for 10% off this week, just for people who are watching and get that code. So Selena will be putting that code up for you. So we're going to be using round, and we're going to be using rectangular, and we're going to use a sheet mask. I have some favorites, so I brought them along. We can't do them all today, but some of my favorites. The Orgade yogurt mask is now called Firming and Moisturizing. I love that mask. Comes in a box set. Wonderful. We have from Lemieux the new Face Glow Mask. I love these masks. When you use these, be sure and peel the paper off both sides. That can be a little bit tricky. You don't want to leave it on. And the nice thing about this one, it has little eye flaps. So after you get all set up and you have it on and you turn on your device, and you can put the little eye flaps up and you can treat your eye area as well. The same company makes a new neck mask. So I'm going to be showing you how to do the microcurrent with this neck mask to really work on those necks. And all of these are on sale on that website, on that page, Jeana's Microcurrent Essentials. What we're going to be using today, this is our top selling mask, huge favorite. This is from Hop, which is House of PLLA. This is their brand new mask. It's 24 karat gold volumizing sheet mask. So we're going to use that for Michel today for his face. I'm also going to sneak in a little bit on the gloves today. Some of you keep asking about gloves. So we're going to get those gloves out, play a little bit with those today so you know how to use them for a very basic but wonderful treatment that deals with neck tension, sore hands, revolumizing the hands if the tissue, the skin on the hands is getting really thin. Alrighty. His skin feels great. Wonderful. Now, one of the beauties of using a sheet mask is that microcurrent really increases the penetration of products and increases hydration. And I'm going to be showing you some more about that and where hyaluronic lives in the skin. But just the reason why I love the sheet masks as opposed to the other masks that just sit on the face. We have some masks from MyoLift that are great. They just sit on the face. They're good for a quick treatment. But when you use a sheet mask and you put some of your precious serums on underneath it, you are really pushing those into the skin and your skin becomes glass by the time you're finished. The skin is just so happy. So to start with, I'm going to put a little bit of Neogenesis skin serum on Michel's skin. That way we're getting those good stem cell cytokines. Michel is a Neogenesis fan. If I ever have to put him on a different brand because I'm having him test something out, he's so unhappy, but he uses all of the Neogenesis serums, booster, recovery, and skin serum. He doesn't always layer all three. He uses them at different times of the day, I believe. Yep. The other thing we've had him on is a Nelly DeVos vitamin C serum. We're going to use today Lifting Complex. This is peptides and vitamin C for really firming your skin, and this is really helping him with all that weight loss that he's had. So we're keeping that skin really firming up. We're going to go ahead and put some of that on his skin. Here we go with our 24 karat gold volumizing. You can actually see flecks of gold in this mask. It's pretty cool. Okay, I have to be able to open it. Here we go, I was just going the wrong direction. There it is. All right. right, so you can see we have our eye holes, a nose hole, and a mouth hole, but we want to treat the lips. So I'm going to be pulling that mouth bit up over his lips. It's going to be so plump, for sure. Now, everybody's face is a little bit different. So if you find the mask just doesn't lay down on your face, you can cut little areas. I do. I tend to snip right around my eyes right here. Celine, if you'll grab me the scissors off my desk, I'm going to snip right here by his eye because I want this to lay down. I want to have all of the skin having contact with my sheet mask here. So lay that down. There we go. Smooth this. Now you guys will find out that this mask comes with a ton of serum. So I'm going to squeeze out some serum. There it is. And add some more serum. All right. Dry my hands. Now we're going to use 2 electrodes for this. We want to energize the whole mask, and then we want to energize his body so that there is a current running between the mask and his skin. There we go. I've got here our Renew Conductive Gel from Lift. This is also on the sale page today. And I just put a little bit of this underneath the pad that's going to go right here. So let's get our pads, our electrode pads. The first one I'm going to connect is underneath the neck, right here under the chin. And I don't want any of this sheet mask to be underneath this pad. If a little bit lays on top, that's okay, because it's not going to penetrate through. But I want this to be the conductor for my skin. Now I'm going to grab a circle, and I'm going to put the circle right up here on the forehead. And we're going to attach. Attach this one. When I'm at home, sometimes I have all these attached first before I even put the mask on my face. I do it slightly different on myself than when I'm here at the treatment room. Like I said, I do this once a week. My clients who do this once a week see tremendous benefits in the plumpness, the healthiness of their skin. If you're prone to hormonal breakouts, especially around the jaw area, this is really going to help clear the skin. Just doing it once a week for 30 days, you'll see a dramatic reduction in those hormonal breakouts. Because the lymphatic system and the fascia are moving that stuff around. We want to move those negative estrogens out of the skin. So let's see. Now, here's the thing that we love. This is a chin strap. Buy them on Amazon. They're for snoring. Goes here. Your ears peek out on the sides here. We're going to use this to pull everything up for our treatment today. Everyone's face shape is a little different too, so we might not, there we go, fit it up. There we go, we got it on his ears. Okay, now I'm going to turn it on. And for this treatment, I do erase and I do rejuve. That means we are treating the fascia and we are treating the lymphatic system. So to start with, we want to work with the fascia. So I'm going to hit erase 2 times. I'm going to use it on level 2, and then I'm going to push run. How does that feel, Michelle?
I got a little tingle.
Just a little tingle? Not too bad?
Nope.
Great. So that's where we're going to leave it. When you're treating using erase or rejuve, you can do it on level 2. If you want to do a sheet mask like this and do educate, you've got to turn it down. Educate has a more intense current, and it doesn't feel comfortable on that higher level. So if you're going to do educate, turn it down to the lowest level. Those of you, I want to address, some people will get a headache. I've had this question. I get a headache from my TriWave treatment, and I want to say, in general, it's from the educate mode. If I were to turn it on educate, this electrode right here is going to have a pulsing sensation, and when that pulse of the microcurrent hits your frontal bone right here, it flashes. And so for many people, for me, it makes me feel car sick, kind of nauseous. So if you are doing educate and you're one of those sensitive people, don't place your electrode here. If you need to, you can move your electrode down here, or just don't do the sheet mask for educate mode. It's not as important. It's definitely helpful, definitely good for the muscles to have a treatment like this. However, I tend to do just the educate and the rejuve with my sheet mask, and then I'm going to get out on my lift or my probes, and that's when I'm going to do the educate mode and do more of my lifting and sculpting. If you are using your probes and getting a bit of a headache, do turn down educate. It doesn't need to be that high, and don't do as much work directly on top of the forehead. When I get down and I work educate around my eyes, I don't see any of that flashing. I don't have any problems with headache or anything like that. Generally, it's when we get right up here on that bone that we start to see that flashing, and it starts to make us feel a bit nauseous. Now, other things that can contribute to getting a headache or some achiness afterwards is for you to know that we are moving a lot of lymph and fascia. So we're moving a lot of toxins out of this area. Ben, if you could pop up a picture for me, pop up the lymphatic system. So with the lymphatic system, you can see all those little green lines and those little kind of bulbs where the lymphatic system is in your skin. So you can see there's a ton of lymphatics in this part of the face, in the neck, and around the collarbone. We're moving fluid through that area. And you can see that if your lymphatics are not moving well and you have a lot of stagnation, you're going to see jowling happening. So, if you know you're getting headaches or things like that, but you have a lot of jowling going on, we're doing some pretty serious work clearing that out. In day-to-day life, the biggest thing that affects our skin is stagnation. Stagnation can happen with aging. As we age, everything just slows down, or stagnation can happen from stress. If I'm really stressed out and I'm bunched up and my muscles are tight, all this is going on, I have all this restriction going on here, and things are not moving. When your fascia and your lymph is tied up and stagnant in this area, you're going to see a lot of swelling and puffiness. Not only that, but Ben, show us the next picture of the extracellular matrix. You can see in this picture of the intercellular matrix, you can see the lymphatic system, you can see that extracellular matrix that also has to do with your lymphatic, with your fascia. And you can see through there, you've got hyaluronic acid in there, you have fibroblasts in there, you have the collagen weaving in there. So if all of that is constricted and you're not getting good movement of that matrix, you're going to have reduced collagen in the skin, you're going to have reduced blood flow, you're going to have reduced lymphatic drainage. Just a whole mess of things happen that can cause your skin to lose its vibrancy and to lose its volume, and thus the firmness with the skin. So I love showing these diagrams so you can just see how truly interrelated our systems are. If we're just going after firming muscles, we're missing out on everything that the new era of microcurrent can do. Microcurrent actually increases ATP, so that's where you see those fibroblasts in there. It supercharges those fibroblasts. Those fibroblasts excrete collagen. All of that happens with microcurrent. It increases your fibroblast activity by 500%. Increases ATP, which is the powerhouse of the cell, working with the fibroblast by 500%. Not only that, but it speeds up your cell regeneration twice as fast. So if we were to run microcurrent and look at the cellular renewal within and how many cells are produced within 28 days, we have the same amount of new cells within 14 days when we're using microcurrent. So it just really speeds up. Talk about a stagnation buster. It really speeds up that cellular regeneration, and that's what we need in order to have that plump, beautiful skin. Ben, let's pop up that picture of fascia. A lot of people think of fascia. Right now we're treating, how many minutes have we been on? Yeah, it's time for me to change it. Okay, we've been on what I do, and I'll be more detailed with this. I'm doing so many things at once here. So I'm running the erase. I'm going to do erase for 10 minutes. Actually, I haven't quite had 10 minutes. Oh yeah, I have. I'm over 10. So now we're going to switch over to rejuve. And I'm going to push rejuve twice. So I'm on level 2 rejuve, and now I'm going to do that for 10 minutes. Actually, we were fine on time. So we did 10 minutes of erase, so that's dealing with your fascia. And now we're doing 10 minutes on the lymphatic system, which is rejuve. And Ben has popped up a picture of you of fascia. So a lot of us think of fascia as a solid, like a muscle. It's coating everything, but it's like a solid piece. And we think about releasing the tension in our fascia like we think of muscle relaxation, when the fact is that fascia is actually 70% liquid. It's your hyaluronic acid. And then its collagen is that other 30% is fiber and solid. So you can see from that picture, it's very wet, it's very moist, and that's how you get hydration. That fascia is what's moving hydration through the body, through your tissues. And so if fascia is not moving well and it's not nice and moist, you are going to have stagnant skin. Things just slow down. You have constrictions. You have deepening and deepening lines with that constriction. So it's amazing that we can do this treatment. The lymphatic system and the fascia systems are integrally connected to each other. So the lymphatic is going to squeeze out toxins, but it needs that fascia system to move the lymphatics along and clear it out of that system and get things really flowing. So it's just so interrelated. We've got to think of that, and that's why we created the TriWave, because we're using specific currents to address these different issues to give you a more holistic approach. When we're using microcurrent just on the waveform to firm and to rejuvenate muscle tissue, we are missing out on a lot of the other factors that contribute to sagging skin, such as volume loss, stagnation, thinning of the skin, loss of collagen. All of that happens when you have stagnation and the lymphatic and fascia system aren't supercharged. So this is really our way of supercharging the system. Fascia also conducts electricity, conducts your heart rate through the system. And I'm so excited. I'm just going on and on and on. I'm going to slow down for you guys. So the fascia conducts electricity, so using the right waveform with your microcurrent is just so effective and so powerful. So let's see, I wanted to show you guys a few other things while we're here so that you can, let's do this. I'm going to show you guys how to use the gloves. I love this treatment. And this is a treatment for treating the back of the hands. It's also a treatment for treating any kind of neck pain that you might have or tension up here. It also treats any kind of arthritis or issues that you have going on in your hands. So let's have a little fun with this. To do this treatment, you're going to need the gloves. You find them on our website. They are on special this week. So you see you have your gloves here. So when you're using your gloves, you're going to need to use the splitter wires. So right now, Michelle is connected. Let me connect this a little better. Are we flashing? Oh no, we're good. So we've got them on Michelle, and I want to keep this treatment going for a few more minutes. So normally, if you're going to do gloves, you would attach the one end to your wire here. We'd have that attached there. On this end, we're going to attach one to a glove. And we're going to attach one of these rectangular ones to the other end. Super easy. Okay, sorry guys, my brain is going a mile a minute today. Now, the same as with the face and wanting to really penetrate good stuff into the skin, I'm going to put Neogenesis Skin Serum on the back of my hands. This also now comes in a large size, so you can use it more for your body. And then I'm going to also, because I want to deal with dark spots on the back of my hands, I'm going to put some of the lifting peptides on the back of my hands. Ooh, take off your rings. No jewelry. And then what I'm going to do with this one, I'm going to put it right on the top of my trap up here. Right here on this big muscle that gets really tight. And I like to put it along the muscle. It's hard to do with my shirt on. Apologize, you guys, this isn't the best tutorial. We'll work on making a better one. So we've got that on there. Then I get my glove wet. I'm gonna dip it in my water. Wring it out. And I've got the wrong hand on this one. Switch them out. This way. I put it on. And then I can run my program. I can do 10 minutes on erase, I can do 10 minutes on rejuve, and I can do 10 minutes on building. And that's going to conduct my microcurrent here and out through all the parts of my hand. So I can just hook up like this and then lay back and relax for 20 minutes and have a passive treatment that does remarkable things for my joints, for the texture of my skin, for the health of my skin, and also for the health of my entire side here. It's gonna, and your whole entire lymphatic system and fascia, because all this information is gonna communicate. You think about that fascia and everything flowing along, it's actually flowing this information throughout my body. And I'm gonna have my neck is gonna feel much better, less tension around the neck aches gone, tension gone, just by doing this for 20 minutes. So this is a great way that you guys can incorporate these these mittens. Some people, and you can do this too, you could even at this point pop into a bath. You just don't want to get your electrodes and don't want to drop your device down into the bathtub. So you've got to have a situation where you can sit it outside, it's really safe, but you can get in a bath and do this same treatment, and then you're going to be conducting throughout your whole body, and it's very powerful. If you want to now take this and do some massage, you can do that. If I have a glove on each hand, I could do erase, and I could do some separating movements where I have tension. Michel, we would do that on those lines on his forehead. Going this way, we could do it a little bit on the eyes. I would have a glove on each hand to do that. And then you could also do educate with your gloves on. You can move, hold one hand steady, move up, lifting all this up, move around the eyes, lifting around the eye area. You can also do lymphatic drainage with the gloves on. So you can look at my videos. We'll do some more tutorials where we break it down and just do this for you, but you guys have been asking for this for a while, so I wanted to get it out to you. You could do lymphatic drainage with these gloves, moving in the ways that the lymphatics move, all of that out, and then pulling it down. So there's just so many fun things that you can do with these gloves, and that is the basic setup right there. Having one up here, then your hand is attached here. You do it the same thing on the other hand, get your gloves wet, and then do whatever you want. Have fun with it. You could put conductive gel on your face and do this with the conductive gel or the conductive mist on your skin. So just love that treatment. I hear Celine typing away over there. Are we getting lots of questions? I feel like just one. Okay. I feel like I'm opening up cans of worms here. There's gonna be a lot of questions because I feel like I'm not giving the most clear instructions, but always reach out to us, you guys. Reach out to us on live chat. My estheticians live there. You can talk with them, get really good information. We're down to 3 minutes left.
I've got a question.
Okay, Celine's going to throw a question at me.
Are the gloves and electrode pads compatible with a Microcurrent QT?
Yes, yes. So you can use them with the QT, absolutely. With the QT, you don't have splitter wires. Do we sell splitter wires separately on the website, or they just come?
QT does have.
It has these little black splitter wires?
Maybe not.
Maybe not. So you might not be able to do exactly what we're doing here, but you can do one electrode into each hand and then do your movements that way, and also just relaxing with it as well. So it won't be quite as advanced as what you're doing with the TriWave, but you can also use those gloves to do your massage and things like that with the QT. Okay, Michel has now had 10 minutes of each going for his rejuvenating treatment here. What I'm going to do now is remove his strap, turn my machine off. Now I'm going to do a neck treatment. So I'm going to move this down to his chest, and I'm going to leave the mask on his face since he's going to be laying here. You may as well keep enjoying the mask on his face. Here is my neck. This is called Neck Contour Mask from Lemieux. I love what this does for my neck. Really changes the texture of the skin on your neck, really firms that area. Love, love, love this mask. And so I'm going to show you guys, there's a lot of paper on these. There's paper on two sides. So there's one sheet of paper coming off. And you can feel now that it's slimy on one side and textured on the other. That means there's still another sheet of paper on there, and we want to get that off. There we go. Now the mask for this, I like to lay it right up here. Now I'm going to take the electrode from the forehead and I'm going to bring it down and just put it to the side of the neck down here. So this electrode is enlivening the entire mask. This electrode is connected to the body, so we have a current running between the mask and the skin in there, just like we did on the face. Now I'm going to turn it on. I'm just going to do a shorter treatment for today for him, so that, and in fact, when I do it on myself, I tend to do a little shorter treatment on my neck because I start getting tired of laying around doing my treatment. So I'm going to do erase on level 2, and I'm going to put the timer on for 5 minutes. So on this treatment, what I would do is 5 minutes on erase. I might do 10 minutes on, here, we'll get this moved over. 10 minutes on rejuve for the lymphatics, and then I'm going to do 5 minutes of educate. So I'm really doing some good stuff for rejuvenating those muscle tissues. All right, Celine, how are we doing? Do we have some questions over there? Anything that you've thought of that I need to? We have a special going on in case you tuned in late. It's the website is listed on the video, on the comments in the video, and our special is 10% off Jeana's Microcurrent Essentials. We have a special page that has those items that are on special, and they are 10% off. It includes your pads, your gloves, some of the TriWave, the MyoLift, excuse me, 70 Wellness, their conductive gels are on there, their spritz is on there, and also some sets. We have like a brightening set, clear skin set, and anti-aging. Is it 3 sets? Dry skin, and a dry skin set.
Accessory sets that are everything you need to get started. They all include sheet masks.
And they all include sheet masks. All of our sheet masks are on sale for 10% off. And as you can see, and what I'm demonstrating today is we do have some new sheet masks that are pretty wonderful. And they're all acne safe. 2 new ones from Lemieux, the new one from Hop, which replaces Hydra Velvet with 5 stars. We thought Hydra Velvet was so amazing. This one outperforms it by far. If you're an esthetician and you are watching this and you do this treatment for your clients and just do even 15 minutes of a passive treatment like this guarantees that when your customer sits up, they're going to see an amazing difference in the texture and the vitality of their skin, and so that they want to come back again and again. One of the things for me as an esthetician, I always want to see a difference in the health of the skin immediately after doing a treatment. Of course, that's not the only result. You're going to keep seeing results from your facials for 10 days afterwards, but I really like those things where I get to see an immediate result. Right now, if I had them here, I could do ice globes. So while I'm doing his neck treatment, I could be doing ice globes on this part of his face. Now, if you are doing this treatment on yourself, so we've got one pad that's on the body and one pad on the mask, even when you're doing it on the face, you could take your own hands and by massaging around, that will intensify the microcurrent to wherever you are touching. So I'm not conducting because I don't have that on my skin, but if he were to take his hands up, and you can do for yourself at home, you can come up here and do some little massage in those areas where you know that you want a little extra help from your microcurrent treatment. Now, rumor has it, people are reusing this mask. If you're going to reuse it, because there is a lot of serum in this container, if you're going to reuse it, stick it in the refrigerator and don't keep it more than a week, would be my advice, because you'll get bacteria growing in there. But we've got all this extra in here, and this is what I usually do at home, is I stick the mask now back in here, I get the rest of the serum out of there, and this becomes your treatment for your body. Massaging this onto my arms, the back of my hands, my neck.
Does he have gold flecks on his face now?
He has beautiful gold flecks on his face. We can even massage in some more. when I do this treatment on myself at home, once I've taken all the masks off and I've got all this good gooey stuff on here, that's when I'm grabbing my TriWave. No, sorry, my MBK Wave. That's a little handheld device. And I actually use that with a spritz of isocell recovery solution, and I work this into the skin even further. Love doing that. Or if you have a TMP, or you have a My Skin Buddy, or a Derma Red, you can use any of those on the infused setting and drive the rest of this serum into the skin. Now, we're related, so I'm gonna share. This stuff is too good to let it go to waste. I love it. Okay, now.
Ooh, Melissa says she used the new hop mask. And then after taking it off, used the Skin One Pro, and she said it was amazing.
All right. All right. That's awesome. Yeah, that will drive it in for sure. Those are little nano needles, and that would definitely drive all of this into the skin even more. I love that idea. Thank you, Melissa, for sharing the idea of using the nano pen.
And Diane said she got 3 uses out of the same hot mask.
3 uses.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, but keeping it in the fridge.
Monday, Wednesday, Friday, keep it in the fridge and get 3 treatments. Mind-blowing treatments. Is she using it with the microcurrent, with the TriWave?
She didn't say.
Okay. Okay, now we are going to, I just did 10 minutes of erase. Now we're going to do 10 minutes of rejuve on his neck. Hit my rejuve level 2.
Diane's doing it with her QT.
Ah, great. There we go. So now we're going rejuve. Now we're working on all the, remember those lymphatic vessels that were running up and all around in the neck? Now we're working on moving all that so that your lymphatic system and the intracellular matrix can produce more collagen. Can move that hyaluronic acid, that hyalo, through the skin. So awesome. Okay, now for Michel, he loves to use this Dr. Hydrotox Gold Serum. And the way we do that is we mix it with his moisturizer. So we're gonna put a bit of that on now. The way I do that is just put a little bit of this in my hands. I love this stuff. He uses the normal to oily, or the acne prone skin one, just because it's a bit lighter. And we love the snail mucin in there. That's so cool. Okay, now we're gonna use some of our gold serum, turn the bottle upside down, get a little bit in there, add it in. We probably don't really need to do the gold serum today. We put so much of this into his skin, but why not? I'll show you guys what he does on a daily basis. I'm massaging in those little gold flakes. If you guys see little gold flakes on your skin and you don't want them, all you have to do is massage right on that gold flake. It breaks it up, smooths it out. This is all Michelle and I did for our skin when we were in Hawaii. We did kind of an abbreviated skincare routine every day, plenty of sunscreen and antioxidants. And then we did this treatment once a week, and it was lovely. And it was so fun. It's just so fun to see the difference in your skin after you do this treatment. Okay, next thing I want to show you guys, Hop. You know, they have that great sunscreen with the PLLA in it, but it comes in that great big tube, and I couldn't even take it with me when I traveled to Hawaii because it's too big to fly with if you're not going to check your luggage. So now we have, ta-da, the travel size. Yay.
/ regular size.
Yeah, I know, slash regular size. The other side is really like a pro size to use in a treatment room. This is more like your normal size sunscreen that you use every day. I also like to carry one of these in the pocket of my car because I'm putting this on my hands and my arms every time I get in and drive. This is a shake and use. Even though it's in a tube, you need to shake it. And as it starts to run out, you'll start to hear it shake inside there. I can feel it shaking a bit in here. This is your truly anti-aging sunscreen. The ingredients in this read just like a high-level anti-aging moisturizer. He's going to be so dewy today. Dewy and glowy. How are we doing on time, everybody?
10:52. You're just closing.
Okay. So the way I would finish this up is I'm going to do 10, actually I usually do half the amount of time on educate is what I do on the other two settings. So I'm going to finish up, we have 4 more minutes on rejuve, and then I'm going to do 5 minutes of educate, and then his neck will be done. And I will post the after pictures for you guys to see as cover photos for this, but you can already start to see, oh my goodness. You guys, there's just no lines, no texture on his neck. It's just amazing. I love it. So, pull it back up here. Sometimes I even pull this mask right up under this area. If I'm seeing that I have a lot of puffiness going on in this area, I need more lymph movement, I will pull this right up here and do it up there. It works just as well. Just depends on the area you want to address. You can move it around. You could even lay one of these on the chest. If you're going to do it on the chest, just make sure you attach one electrode to the skin and one on the mask right there. Oh my goodness, his skin looks so beautiful. I can't wait to do the before and after pictures to show you guys. His skin, doing these treatments, his skin has changed so much from the beginning. This jawline is so much firmer with his weight loss and everything. He doesn't look tired anymore. It's gonna be really fun to see that difference. That photo that we saw that was the meh photo was taken 2 months ago, I think. Yeah, I think that was because we were gone in June, so that was in May that we took that photo. And since that time now, we've had 3 treatments, and it's going to be fun when I post those pictures for everybody. Okay, any last questions from anybody? Celine's madly typing away. You hear her little keys moving. Thank you all for joining me today. It's been a wonderful show. I hope that you can catch this excitement that I have. I know I'm not the best technical teacher out there, but I hope the images that I shared help show you just how integrated our whole system is, and that you can't just go after muscles. You've got to treat all of those underlying tissues in order to have really vibrant, healthy skin. So I really think of myself as a holistic esthetician. By holistic, I mean that I like to treat the skin from the inside out, and I like to use natural approaches. I like to help people avoid fillers and other invasive treatments that just lead to inflammation and more problems down the road. This treatment is an amazing alternative to having fillers if you're losing skin density. One of the biggest challenges we have as estheticians is treating our clients who have thinning skin and loss of skin density, and sometimes that can happen even to women in their 40s. It can be such a trial, and so for the last several years, at least 5 years, I've been really looking for alternatives. So it was very exciting when I joined forces with 70 Wellness and MyoLift, and we started developing these different waveforms to do this exciting work. You're going to be hearing more companies doing this kind of technology because the results are just so phenomenal. So thanks you guys for joining me today. Thank you for all of your patience.